Fewer games being played mean fewer assignments for us. You would think that in turn, we at this magazine would be getting fewer officiating related items in our feeds. Not so. Every day, we receive and uncover lots of interesting news items and tidbits about officiating. Our edit team is plugged into the officiating milieu. They post items to our shared Teams account many times each day and into the night. We share hard news, soft news, going to be news, no news, and general banter about officiating. Here are a few from one recent, quite ordinary 2-week period. The Bay Area, San Francisco, Silicon Valley Sports Officials Association offered virtual yoga classes and other group training workouts to keep its officials prepped for when sports restart in California. Official Angie Enlund was injured when she was inadvertently run over after the Rutgers-Michigan State women's basketball game. After the final buzzer, Rutgers player Tikia Mack was heading back to the Scarlet Knights bench when she inadvertently ran over Enlund at the center court, hitting her hard. Enlund was on the ground for a few minutes and taken off on a stretcher. She did have mobility and movement of her extremities and went to a hospital to be further evaluated. And we have a story on that on page 10. Winnebago, Illinois. 3 high school basketball referees who worked the Rockford Lutheran at Winnebago boys game had quite the experience. They were picked up and returned home in a limousine. The limo is owned by Patrick Burke of Rockford, a retired basketball referee who had worked games for 45 years. Burke calls the Cadillac limousine the Pat-Elac. He knows officials have been working hard during games practically every night during this compact season, so Burke thought the idea was a good way to show his support. NHL referee Garrett Rank is living 2 dreams as a top-level amateur golfer and referee in the NHL. He plays in many amateur events and qualified for the U.S. Open in 2018. He said if he was to be asked whether he would want to either referee the Stanley Cup Finals or finish in the top 10 in the U.S. Open, the correct answer would be refereeing the finals. But, The Hope College women's basketball team started 9 players against Kalamazoo College. Game day was senior day for Hope, and head coach Brian Moorhouse told all the 9 seniors to take the court because they were starting. His seniors had been so special to him and his program that he just couldn't pick 5. Yes, he was giving a technical foul. Coach Moorhouse said it was the best technical he ever got. Boys high school varsity coach Joe David of Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, was shocked to learn that one of the officials dressing for his game was Mario Seneca. David had blackballed Seneca because of an incident 9 years earlier, in which the coach received a technical foul. Seneca had not worked a game involving Coach David in those 9 years. David said he offered to go to the official's dressing room and talk to Seneca, but the referee that night felt doing so would only escalate the situation. Seneca was informed that David did not want to play the game with Seneca officiating. Rather than risk having the game canceled, Seneca agreed to take his game check and go home, and the game went on as scheduled with only 2 officials. And now from a letter published in the News Graphic in Port Washington, Wisconsin. I attend high school basketball games and agree wholeheartedly that something needs to be done regarding the abuse doled out to referees. It starts with the coaches. How many of us would continue to work in an environment where they had to endure the same abuse the referees do? Thank you.